Alex Mullen to make it 3-1 in the grand final. Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
No one attacks it, comes back off the Panagaris. It's the goal! It's top! Oh! And then Talisman's got another one. City back quick. Jake King done! What a shot! My goodness me! Oh, can't teach that sort of stuff. Sends it in, keeps it low, and it's gone in! It's gone in! Adelaide Uni have scored in time added. Tries to get under control, and the shot from Tolland! Salisbury into a 2-0 up!
Still Butler with another chance, it's 2-1 to Playford! Persistence has paid off for Playford!
One touch the keeper, puts it into the bottom corner. Beach gives him a shoulder after that as well. He's lost his clean sheet, and he's lost his head with a red card! David, this is massive!
We're doing this thing.
Hello and welcome to One Game at a Time, episode 30, I'm pretty sure. Tuesday, the 9th of September. Very delighted to have your company. As always, joined by my co-hosts, Mark Talbot. I forgot about the question mark, so I've got a heater for you. What's your favorite type of cable?
Favorite type of what?
Like a cable, I'm a big David in for this too. So HDMI. Do you like a USB-C cable? What's your favorite kind of cable?
Oh, gee whiz, you really are struggling with it this week, aren't you, Seb? That's 3 weeks in a row that you've forgotten, and I think I'll go the USB-C.
Yeah, I would agree with the USB-C cable. David, for you?
USB-C has always been a bit of a favourite of mine. I don't mind Cat 6 cable, standard twisted pair Ethernet cable designed to meet strict specifications for crosstalk and system noise, featuring 4 twisted pairs and supports data transmissions of up to 250 megahertz for 100 meter runs through the maximum length of 10 gigabit Ethernet is reduced to 55 meters. Don't mind that one.
I love how you guys have set me up there, really.
I'm not part of this, Mark.
I completely forgot about the question, and I looked around my room, and all I saw was cables. So that was the best question that I could think of.
I honestly just quickly Googled something. That was all I did, Mark.
Did you? I couldn't tell, David. I really couldn't tell.
I thought you just knew that off the top of your head. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Alessio will be with us in a bit. So he will be here. So for anyone missing him, no stress. He will be here soon. But as always, we will start off with our picks of the week. Mark, we'll start with you, my friend.
I'll keep it local for my pick of the week, and it's just more announcements actually that have been made in the past, since last week when we covered a few new appointments and reappointments, and this week we've got some more. So we're starting with some players already. We've got the likes of Austin Scambia Terras playing for Cumberland, next year. A new coach appointment, or not, it's more of a reappointment, but Tony Mansueto at Metro. Ben Masiska has parted ways with Adelaide Uni after a cracking year, and they only just got knocked out on the weekend. Olympic are welcoming Nick Bozalis as their coach for the State League One next season, and in the WNPL, Tom Monsignor is sticking around at Flinders.
Yes, very
exciting.
exciting.
As we mentioned before, every single one of them with their arms folded, asked them to try and pick something up off the floor, and they would be unable, would they?
I guess, yeah, very interesting to see those, and especially so early on as well in the off season. It's very cool to see. David, I'll go to you next.
Okay, well, I've got two. I didn't have any until about a minute ago. Now I've got two. So my first one is our sister show. Can we call it our sister show? The local game featuring the effervescent Johnny Kicko has its season finale this weekend. It'll be shown on demand on YouTube from 4 p.m. on Thursday, the 11th of September, and is available on Channel 44, 5 p.m. on Friday, and also repeated on Saturday and Sunday. We all attended last year, didn't we? Mark and I were both involved, as well as Alessio. I think the show went for an hour last year. This year, he's extended it by another 30 minutes, and he's got multiple more guests on than he had last year. He's taken an awful lot on. I'm sure it'll be a roaring success. Really looking forward to it. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and give Johnny a bit of support for that grand finale. And then
You
my
had a
second
one?
sorry.
I was say you had a second one as well.
Well, the second one's a little personal one. So I don't know if I've told you guys, but I've booked myself a little holiday back to the homeland in November. Did I tell you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I've done that, and I've it's kind of funny because when I do these bookings, I've got Emirates. The booking for Emirates lined up in a tab, and then all the other tabs are Queen's Park's fixtures, Scotland's fixtures, Rangers and Celtic fixtures, and then maybe something down south of the border. So I line all the fixtures up with the flights and go from there. But this morning, I feel the luckiest person alive, because this morning I logged on to the Scottish Football Association website to purchase myself some tickets for me and my dad and a couple of my cousins to go along and watch Scotland playing Denmark in what I think will be the last of the World Cup qualifiers. So it could end up being the game that decides who goes to the World Cup from that group, which also features Belarus and Greece. And I logged in, and you know how you get the seat map that tells you where you can pick your tickets? Well, Hampden Park holds 52,000 people, and there was just under 50 tickets left. So I was absolutely beside myself. Honestly, I was shaking as I was trying to make the procurement. But I managed successfully to go through it all, and there's 5 of us grants going along to that game on the 18th or the 16th of November. So I'm just super excited, and I would have been absolutely crushed had I logged in 10 minutes later and the game was sold out. Imagine that, 52,000 there, and I got one of the last 50. So that was my other pick.
Good seat, at least.
Yeah, Hampden's a funny one, a funny stadium in that you're not near the ground. It tiers very gradually, and therefore when you get to the second tier, you aren't greatly elevated, but you're actually quite a distance back from the ground. But Hampden's a bit sacred for me, so I'll sit anywhere there and I'll be quite happy. But I'm in the main stand on the first tier, so the first tier up, behind where all the posh people sit. It was a wee bit expensive, but who knows when I'll be back? I say that every time I go. Who knows when I'll be back there? But yeah, Scotland v Denmark for me. Can't wait.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it for your sake. I'm sure. And, not every country can beat Denmark. Australia can. So we'll see if Scotland can do the same. I hope it's good for you. And, I look forward to seeing your travels from afar as well.
But maybe we'll wait and see how the game goes before you slag us off. Well, we got a 0-0 draw in Copenhagen just the other day, right? The opening game of that campaign was a 0-0 draw over in Copenhagen. That's not a bad result.
Pretty impressive. It's not a win, though.
You followed that up with a win, though.
That's right. Actually, that was an interesting game. We were digressing a little bit, but that was an interesting game because it was against Belarus, but played in Hungary behind closed doors because of the Belarusian involvement in the current conflict in Ukraine. UEFA have decreed that they don't play home games in Belarus and that their home games are played in a neutral venue behind closed doors. So it was like watching one of those games from back in the COVID days. Do you remember that one? Yeah.
Oh, very good fun. Well, yeah. Hopefully you'll be with the other 50,000 at Hampden Park, and be a good time for you. Looking forward to it. I'm sure I'll be watching as well at the same time. I'll see if I'll be bothered to stay up. I'll go on next with my pick. During the WNPL Grand Final, the Team of the Year was announced, and today the All-Stars game had official dates and times announced as well. So there's the Team of the Year there. Carl Maynard is the coach, goalkeeper Aaron Murphy, defenders Victoria Costanzo, Lexi Knox, Gemma McFarlane, Alicia Ganieff, midfielders Maddie Wright, Jazz Styles, Anna Willoughby, and the 3 forwards in Nina Yamada, Kote Rojas, and Grayson Blishke. The game, which I imagine, from what I know, will be those players plus some more. On the 20th September, I believe the women's play first at 12 and the men's at 2:30 as a part of a double header against both Adelaide United sides. So looking forward to that occasion. Both games were a good watch last year. The women's in particular was very, very close. So I guess, David, I'll sort of throw to you on your thoughts, but I imagine they'll do the same and announce the men's Team of the Year as well at halftime of the NPL Grand Final. But all in all, an exciting occasion to look forward to, and not too long now, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I had the privilege of commentating on the women's game last year alongside Izzy Hodgson, and it was just a great event in terms of how it sort of concluded our season quite nicely and was a nice opener for the A-League women. And it was just a really nice sort of day out. I can't remember if it attracted a lot of interest. I can't remember what the crowd was like, but it was just a really nice day out, and it was a nice way to sort of close the season off. And like you said, I mean, it was quite a competitive game. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's one of these things that would just be great to have every year. I mean, we talked about it at the end of last year, and we were hoping that it would come back, and I'm glad to see that it is there. I think the relationship between Adelaide United generally, or the A-League Adelaide United, and the local NPL and WNPL is quite an important one. Adelaide United at the end are the club that represent us in the national competition, the domestic competition, should I say. And so I think the ties there need to be strong. But looking forward to it. That's my thought. So it's an interesting photo. It looks like Ryan White and Noah McNamara have been beaten by Aaron Healy to the ball there in that promotional shot. There's Aaron Healy gets away from them and prepares to launch another attack at the men's goal.
Appreciate the thoughts on my edit.
Yeah.
And the other pick as well, I want to mention a few international everything. 2 legs that the Socceroos played against New Zealand. One last week in which Mo Toure got the assist for Max Ballard's late goal against the All Whites. And today, not too long ago now, Paul Izzo, Nestor Nkunda and Mohamed Toure all started for the Socceroos. Joe Gauchi even came off from the bench with 5 minutes to go. And then also Sienna Calvanese was called up to a Junior Matildas squad in preparation for the upcoming Under-17 Women's Asian Cup to be held in China next year. And then I guess the other thing to add is, of course, I made this before the Socceroos game this afternoon happened, and quite a few South Australian things happened. Mohamed Toure got his first international goal and then got a brace, and then unfortunately had an international hat-trick ruled out thanks to VAR and a friendly, which is a really good sentence to say. Paul Izzo, again, unable to get a clean sheet. Chris Wood scoring against Paul Izzo for, I think, New Zealand's first ever goal against Australia in 10 plus years, I think is what they said. And Nestor Nkunda getting on the score sheet as well as having a free kick from, I couldn't remember the distance, David, but we watched it just before and it was miles far out. So all in all, good afternoon for South Australia. Hey, David.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we probably estimated about 35 metres, didn't we? We didn't think it was quite 40, but it looked like it was twice the distance from the edge of the penalty box out. That's the 18-yard box, which is 16.5 metres we calculated. So there you go. There's your arithmetic finally paying off, David, after all these years of leaving school. You've finally had a chance to use arithmetic. Nice one.
I was going to say, I've been doing stats for the past few days in preparations for the weekend, and I'm not a fan of doing maths, is all I'm going to say. It's not my strong point. It's not my strong point at all.
No, but if you take 16.5 and you multiply it by 2, generally, if you say over 30 metres, you're doing all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll move on to the next part. Mark is coming back. He's just sorting out some computer issues. But our next part of the show... Oh,
it's your door.
It's your door. Is it mine? Oh, I guess I'll go up and get the door then.
Yeah. I'll just sit here chatting away to myself while you go and get your door, and you open your door, and then you come back to your chair after having opened your door and sit down in your chair and tell me who's there.
Well, big special guest, David.
It's not a champion. Not a couple of champions, is it?
No, you wouldn't believe it. It is 2 of the winners of the grand final of the past weekend. It's the one and only. Oh, it's Alessio. He made it in time. Oh, good to see you here.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you. I made it before Mark.
Yeah, I know, right? Where is Mark? Oh, Mark's here too again. Oh, how good to see. What a great start. Oh, is that another knock at the door?
Yeah, there's your door again, Seb.
Oh, it's mine again. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you better go and get that, and I'll keep the audience entertained while you go to your door, open your door, see who's there, welcome them in, make your way back to your chair, sit down at your chair, and tell us who's there.
Okay. I'm pretty certain now. We're all here to start off with. Yes?
Yes. So we've got a couple of champions. Have we got any more champions?
Yes. Okay. Our guests for this week who have come in are the one and only, the 2 and only, Nanako Sasaki and Chrissy Panagaris. I don't know where Chrissy's gone, but I assume she'll be back. So,
This is crazy. Oh my god.
start of the evening. Nano, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Chrissy
you.
will be with us soon. Probably out of Chrissy on, so we can ask a question without her intervening. First of all, before we head to the weekend, same question I asked as every week, as our listeners would know. Tell us about your football upbringing from when you were a junior to where you are now.
Oh, you're talking about me, oh.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I started playing soccer when I was 8, and well, I played with boys until maybe 15 years old. Yeah, and after graduating high school in Japan, I moved to in Australia, and then I'm here. I play for like other city, other Comets, and then other United as well.
Perfect. Oh, Chrissy's here now.
Oh yeah, she's
so
back.
sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
It's
It's
I
just
think
come back on, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
it's
The
fine.
great
I think
entrance.
it's the night for it. Christy, I guess I'll start with you. Starting on the weekend, just how does it feel? General emotions, just all of it, I guess. Just word vomit, I guess, your feelings about how the weekend felt.
I still am processing it. Like, we haven't stopped messaging in our group chat saying just like, what the hell, like, we won sort of thing. Not that it was a surprise. It was just because it's just been so long for us. And obviously with how the game, obviously how the game finished, only being 1-0 as well, it was obviously a very tough match. But yeah, I still am processing it. Like, I'm looking at my couch right now. Mum's got the Adelaide Comets scarf across the couch, so she's over the moon as well.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Yeah, it was a good event. A lot of people from Adelaide Comets, your reserves, played before as well, which I think definitely helped add and of course bring the people on.
Yeah.
Of course, you scored the only goal of the game. Again, just sort of the general feeling of when you felt that go in, especially, you won the league a few years ago. You've been just off in finals the past few years, and now to sort of finally reach that stage, especially you to be the one to get that goal too.
Yeah, that's also another thing I'm still trying to process. I think the last time I scored a goal in a major final like that, I think it was back when I was with Metro. I think maybe 2019. I think it was 2020. Yeah, just trying to think back. So look, it was pretty big for me. It has been quite a bit since I've been in a major final like that. But yeah, I still am lost for words. Like, I still can't speak. But yeah, it did feel very rewarding. Obviously on behalf of the girls, the team, the club, and just on myself as well. Yeah, it was very rewarding.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Nano, for you as well, I would imagine one of the highlights also getting to play alongside your sister in a grand final. How's that for you, especially not only grand final, but playing with her for the past few years as well?
I think it's been special. It's been like a pleasure to play with my sister. Yeah, that's it.
As well for this season, you didn't finish first, but you still had an outstanding season, really. Even just by looking at league table, of course, under Joel Porter as well, a new coach for the season. How have you found him as well? We spoke to him earlier in the season, actually, towards the start, and all signs seem positive, and yeah, they all seem to have good in. So yeah, I guess Chrissy, for you, how have you found Joel as your coach for this year?
Yeah, he has, honestly, he's been awesome. Like, he's been really good, and especially coming from a background where he's had the experience on the big stage as well. And coming from a striker, being a number 9 when he was playing, it's also been good for myself for my own personal benefit. But he's been so good. No matter where we've come from, what experience we have, he treats us all the same. Obviously, he uses the experience from us to help, obviously, some of the younger girls, but we're all equally the same. He's a very good communicator. He joins in some of the sessions, shows off a bit. We made him we made him take some penalties last week, and we put some bets on it in terms of if he misses, he has to pay a fine. But he did well; he got him in. So, but look, I've thoroughly enjoyed him and having him as a mentor as well for myself.
Yeah. Also, I guess the other factor taking account, of course, being able to play at Ellis Park regularly, and for all your homies, this can be for either of you, I guess. Just having a home ground as well, as it did for West Adelaide and a few other clubs now in the WNPL, actually having home grounds and not having to play out of, in previous years playing at the parks every week or still having to play out of Service FM. How have you found just having that home base, really? And either of you can answer this.
Nano?
Me?
Oh.
No, you talk.
It's been really good. Don't get me wrong. Like I enjoyed playing at the parks. I think everyone could probably agree with that. Back a couple years ago, when we were all playing at the parks, and it was a very good atmosphere. But I think nothing beats playing at your home ground. Nothing beats finishing a training session, going upstairs, seeing the rest of the club upstairs, having dinner, and then as well playing the games on a Friday night. Having dinner upstairs with the opposition, despite how the result went. I think it's a good way to bring everyone together. Because sort of like the last thing you want to do is leave soccer, go home, and then just go straight to bed. Like it's good to sort of just get around everyone, speak to and talk to everyone after the game. So look, I think it's been a long time coming since we've done that.
Yeah, just to go back as well. Yeah, I remember being younger and going back to those Friday nights at the parks, just sort of the atmosphere was everyone there at the same time.
You
game. It was a lot of fun just to sort of even just roam about and just see what was going on and see people. Yeah, it's a good memory. Definitely
of course.
a good part of it. Mark, we'll go to you for any questions that you might have. Oh, you're muted, Mark. Oh, what a night. I can't even hear him. His mic's not working. This is brilliant. I'll go to you while Mark sorts out his microphone issues.
You're going to me?
Yeah, I'll be. David, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I don't know which one you said either.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm usually obviously the ones for the casual questions and the fun ones, but I want to know from either of you, who was the craziest celebrator on the night or the day, or where did the celebrations take you as well?
Nano, what time did you leave?
Me? I think I left at 8:30 or something, like 9, before 9.
At night
I'm
or
not
in the
party
morning?
person. No, night.
Oh, okay.
Not in the morning. Not in the morning.
9 a.m. Sunday. Look, probably both of us were the early ones. I left probably not long after Nano as well. More so just because I was a bit sore from the hit. So I couldn't stay out any longer. But I think most of the girls all pretty well kicked on after. But yeah, I struggle after a game. I do get quite tired.
That's good to hear. I guess, just sorry before we move on again, Alicia. I guess, another thing to, as you said, you're a little bit sore. It probably was one of the most physical games I think I've seen in a while in general. I guess for either of you, how did you both find it? Just sort of having the hits are the wrong word, but just those little knocks and everything from both sides just constantly. It was a good watch, to be fair. But again, probably one of the more physical games I've seen in a while for either of you.
It was a rough game. It was just rough.
Yeah, look, for me, like I think like I enjoy it. Like there's nothing wrong with a little bit of hip and shoulder there here and there. Even my dad says it, just coming from an Aussie rules background. He loves it. He's like, nah, that's what it's all about. And I start laughing. I'm like, of course you'd say that, but I'm like, we're not the same as AFL. So, but look, there's nothing wrong with that. Like it goes to show all the passion and the white line fever, especially coming into a grand final. It's literally the last game. Like you want to put everything on the line, the body on the line. You want to do everything to get your team that trophy. So look, I don't have anything wrong with that. I think it's all part of it.
Yeah, I had no problem with either. Good watch. Alice, anything else?
Enjoyable.
Yes.
No, that's all from me. Maybe an interesting one, I guess. just thinking about it now. What did you guys think about the team of the year being announced at halftime?
Well, I didn't know that. My sister, you know, I just found out. I found out like after the game, and then my friends told me, you know, everyone's got like announced it, and then oh wow, that's weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I didn't even know it got announced until after the game, and yeah, I think they announced it at the club rooms when we announced to animate it. So yeah, I didn't even know it was announced.
Mm.
I can't even remember how he got announced last year. I think didn't it get announced at the awards night?
No, I think last year was earlier because of the All Stars, so it was just online from memory.
Oh,
They didn't do it
okay.
in person because then it had to be for the All Stars.
Yes,
So at least
okay, that makes sense.
they did it in person, but not with everyone still.
Yeah, because we were all inside, obviously, so we didn't hear it.
Mark, you're all sorted out and ready?
I hope so. Is that better?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Awesome.
ahead.
Awesome. Sorry about that. That's what happens. It's just one of those nights.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I'm normally the one that asks all the serious questions. But I was actually going to ask what you do outside of football. Like, what do you do outside of football in your spare time, work-wise? Just to kick things off, and then I'll go into something a little bit more serious, maybe.
You can go, Nana. I'm just going to switch over to my laptop now.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously I'm international, and I have to deal with my visa situation. So I'm working as a chef or cook in one of the cafe in Tea Tree Plaza, and yeah, pretty much that's it. I work pretty much every day, every weekdays, not weekend. I don't like working weekends, so yeah.
No one likes working weekends, so it's all good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now you said you moved over for or you came here and studied.
Yes, I did.
So did you come over for studying, or did you come over for football and then studied off the back of that, or was it you came here for study and then you just managed to fall into football, like you then found a team in the football and things like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I came to study because I wanted to be like a cabin crew, and to become cabin crew, I have to be like good at English. So maybe I should go somewhere and study English. So I came to Australia. I moved to Australia, and when I moved to Australia, I quit playing soccer actually, but I felt like I should do some activity still. So I just googled like what's in Adelaide, and then I googled like a
Did
women's.
you Google the women's league? It wasn't it.
Yeah, I think I typed in like a women's soccer team in Adelaide, and like Adelaide City just pop up in the past. So I just went to their home ground, which was Ogden, and I met the coach for men's team, and I talked to him, and then he called Pezos, who's women's coach.
Yeah,
and then things going crazy, and then I'm here playing like a professional soccer. I don't know what happened. Actually.
I love that. That's awesome. That is. Did you end up getting your qualifications with study, or are you still studying?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
And Chrissy, what about yourself? What do you do outside of football? Give us an insight into the life of Chrissy.
The life of Chrissy. So I work at, pretty well everyone knows me as the Mazda girl, but I work at Mazda. I work in the service side. I'm not actually a mechanic. Everyone gets very confused. But I'm assistant service manager. So I've got a team, and we pretty much just customers drop their cars off, and then whoever they see in, that's your customer for the day when they drop their cars off. So I'm assistant service manager, and then on the side, I do warranty as well. So I'm there full time, Monday to Friday. Pretty long days. I'm there from about 7 till 6. So yeah.
Jeez.
Takes up the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a regular 9 to 5. Wow.
No, not at all.
All right. Well, I'll ask them a little bit more serious. Going into the final against Campbelltown, you guys were the favourites, or would have been seen as the favourites, to be honest. How did you change anything knowing that you guys were favourites going into that game, considering obviously in the prelim that you beat West Adelaide and you were going in as underdogs? So you had in your finals, you had the best of both worlds of being the underdog and being the favourite. Did that play into the game plan, into the psyche of any of the players or anything like that?
Not at all. I think like we didn't really talk about coming in being the favourites or the underdogs. It was just more so that focusing on us and not changing the way we play. We focus a bit on maybe some minor tweaks on what Campbelltown do and how we can obviously prevent some things, but that was it. We didn't really focus too much on the outside noise. It was mainly just everything internally and how we can just keep going, and obviously not change anything too much. And yeah, that was it. But yeah, we also knew it wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be an easy game either. Like we knew it was going to be tough. Yeah, like Campbelltown, they're a physical team, and so yeah, that was the only thing. Just being mentally prepared, physically prepared, and yeah, that was it.
And I guess that actually leads on to my next question, being that mentally tough and things like that. How do you, because you both played A League Women's, how do you find the transition? How do you cope with that transition of shifting between the WNPL and the Women's A League?
Well, for me, obviously I got injured before A League season last year, and I missed lots of games. I didn't try much, so there wasn't like a big gap between playing A League and then WNPL. So it was quite smooth, went smoothly, and
Chrissy, yourself, because I know you're obviously involved with Adelaide United as well.
Yeah, like obviously there is still a bit of that gap that needs to be bridged, and I think that's going to happen over the next couple of years. So, look, you're going to have your ups and downs and everything, but I think the only thing we can do is obviously bring our experience into the squad, and especially to the younger girls as well, and just guide them along the way. But for me, I think that gap is getting bridged, and it'll just take obviously a couple of years for that to happen.
No, that's good. And I'll ask this one. Next steps for the two of you. What's happening for the two of you next in your footballing journeys?
This is a touchy subject for Nano. It's gonna make me sad.
I'm leaving Adelaide and going to Canberra.
So did they approach you, or was I'm assuming they came chasing you to get you to sign on the dotted line for Canberra?
Yeah, they did. I have an football agent. So I think they called my agent, and then my agent just texted me, "Oh, Canberra United is interested in you," and then okay, let's have a chat. And then
one thing led to another. Well.
Yeah.
Chrissy, you're obviously not happy about that because you lose her.
Yeah, we all love our Nano, but
that's okay.
Either way,
I'm coming back.
Yeah, no, we're very proud. We're very proud of her either way, and yeah, I wish her all the best. And they're very, very lucky to have her in the team. But I just told her that she can't make any new friends because we're her only friends. No, I'm joking.
I'll try.
But we all do wish her the best, and yeah, they're very lucky to have her.
And Chrissy, yourself, what's next steps for you?
Just at the moment, I'm just having my first off season in a very long time. So, look, I think I need it just mentally as well. Just having some time off away from soccer itself, and then I'll get back into it, and just get back with the lead up to pre-season, and then go from there with a WNPL team.
Very nice. I've only got one last question, guys, and it's all yours. The COF is coming up, the celebration of football. Are you going to be there, or now you might be in Canberra by then? But Will you be gracing us on the night with your presence at the celebration of football?
Oh, Nano. Maybe I'll +1 Nano there. and then she has to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
It's a good night, like obviously with everyone, getting around and rewarding everyone with how the season went. But look, I'd be happy to obviously attend. I don't even know when it is. Have they announced the dates?
18th of October.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice.
So that's why I was like,
Nano
might not be here.
Nano, 18th of October.
All from
That's
you,
all
Mark.
from me. Yep.
David, I'll go to you.
Okay, I've got. I'm going to go back to the serious questions. As I look back in this year, I covered quite a lot of WNPL this year, and as I look back on it, there'll be 3 teams that will just stick out in my memory, and unfortunately, Comets aren't particularly one of them, but not for bad reasons. I felt
the question, by the way.
Well, I'm just in the background. West Adelaide really blitzed until those last 2 games. So the pre-season cup, the cup itself, and then through the league, the home and away season. They didn't lose a game. Campbelltown were a sort of fairy tale story. They came up from the division below and ended up right through to the grand final. And then there's the Adelaide City story as well, a club that none of us had predicted at the start of the year would be relegated. But Comets just sort of snuck under the radar a little bit for me. I just wondered what your views were as you look back on the season and some of those teams that you played against. And Chrissy, you can go first, and then Nano, you can go second.
Just in terms of like coming up against them
just as you look back in the season, which clubs sort of stood out for you? Which opponents were there that you found difficult to play against, and which teams will you remember, or even players will you remember as you sort of reflect on the season gone?
Yeah, look, I think I would probably say Campbelltown would definitely be up there, and West Adelaide. But for me, Campbelltown, just obviously, they reminded me a bit of when I played at Metro, and we won that final that year when we came from 4th spot. It sort of was a glimpse of that back then, because they did the exact same thing except coming from 5th. And I got to give it to them, like being obviously, being newly promoted and going all the way to the grand final. It's that's huge for them. But yeah, they were a very physical side to come up against. And the same with West Adelaide as well. Like I feel like any game we play against West Adelaide is always a good one. It's either obviously a win, a draw, a loss, but if it is a loss, it's by 1 goal. If it's a win, it's by 1 goal. If it's a draw, it's always going to be a good game to watch. So look, they're probably my 2 teams that would stand out to me.
Yeah. And for you, Nano, who were the sort of standout opponents that you would remember as you look back in the season?
Well, I didn't play much games, but I would say like West Adelaide. They got like a quality midfielder, and of course like a Nina, another Japanese player. She's fantastic. So I kind of like find that it's like a pretty hard to play against them.
Do you socialize with the Japanese players outside of your own team, Nano? Do you see them, or do you not talk to them all year? What happens there?
No chat. No. No. They are just enemy.
Oh, okay. Well, man, I hope I'm never on a flight that you're on air stewarding on with that attitude. I like to try and engage myself in conversational language with some of our international guests. Nano, I don't know if you've watched this before, but we have had guests on before, and I like to go away and practice my conversational language. So I thought you and I could maybe have a conversation in Japanese, if that would be okay with you.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Bear with me. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. O genki desu ka?
Konnichiwa. Genki desu.
Hi. Kotishi Ishiban no okiniru no shunkan wa nadesu ka?
Oh.
That's her just trying to work out what you've actually said there, David.
Okay. No. I understood. I understood. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my favorite moment.
No, not in English. It's all in Japanese.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a good question.
Thank you. I mean, hi. I mean,
Hi.
what thank you written down?
Arigato.
Yeah, arigato.
Arigato, yes, arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Wait. Do I answer in English or
Japanese. We're doing conversational Japanese here, so I'll ask it again because I need to practice. Kotoshi ichiban no okiniri no shunkan wa nani desu ka?
アデレードシティ
うん
と対戦した時の試合です。
Hi.
This is funny.
Anata no okiniri wa dare desu ka? Seb, Alessio, or Mark?
I don't want to know
I don't
what
know,
you've
Seb.
asked there.
Okay.
Well done,
I
Seb.
don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe, yeah, Seb, maybe.
Yeah,
Seb.
definitely. Definitely, Seb.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Sayonara.
さよなら。ありがとう。
Do
Funny.
we get a translation, David? Or-
Sorry, that was ignorant of me. The first question was just asking Nano what her favourite moment of this year was, and of course, from her reply, well, you heard her reply. And then the second question was who, if she had a favourite, and who was the favourite from Seb, Alessio, or Mark? And you heard the answer to that one too, didn't you? So, and then I just concluded it with goodbye.
Tell you what, you are amazing, David. I tell you what, that's
I
brilliant.
know all
I
these
love it.
night classes finally paying off.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we've ever heard a Scottish Japanese accent before.
I don't think Nano probably has either.
Yeah. Thank you for that, David.
That's okay.
Good as, I was good as always, but good is
Oh, I
a
love that.
subjective
Love
word,
it.
maybe.
Love it.
But thank you for that. Yeah, for the both of you, again, it's just been a phenomenal year for both of you guys and the club in the end. I suppose, as a general thing, is there anybody at the club that you want to thank? I wouldn't say individually in case you forget people, but just people around the club that either of you want to thank in particular that contributed to this year.
I think a lot of people played a part in our success from the start as well. But starting from, I'd probably say my dad. My dad played a very huge part as well, and I think he did a lot, or has done a lot for us girls as well. He's very big on, you know, a lot of female success in terms of soccer. But I'd probably say my dad, and then as well as everyone else that's played a part. That's with the board, so with Arthur, and then with our team manager Kayla, our whole coaching staff. Like every single person has played a part, and then obviously, of course, the players who have been a very huge part as well. But yeah, pretty much everyone. Yeah.
I guess, yeah. No, for you, pretty much the same or anything different?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Yeah.
Perfect. And I guess the final thing as well, like I said, playing at Ellis Park as well, double headers with the men's team, the experience of being at the club as a whole right now, for the both of you, how is that feeling? I would imagine and hope it's positive, but even from the vibe you get from going to Ellis Park, especially when it is those double headers, is a pretty friendly and supporting bunch as well.
I don't think we've played a double. When I think me and Nano may have missed it when we played a double header before the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only double headers we've played is would be when the reserves have played before us, which has still been very good because obviously the reserves stay back, they watch us, we come early, we watch the resis beforehand, so it's been really good. But as for the men, I think we missed those two games or those earlier games.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm sure the atmosphere would have been good as well being there.
I covered one of the games there, a double header. And I felt the club from the outside looking in appeared to be very cohesive, and very positive there.
Yeah.
As I say, I sort of felt you just flew under the radar a little bit. Everybody was watching West Adelaide, and everybody was watching Campbelltown, and some people were sort of observing what's going on at City, and I just felt you flew under the radar. But I think you did it well, and I think it worked to your advantage. I think when you got to finals, everybody kind of, and I'm not disrespecting you, I just think everybody sort of forgotten about you to a certain extent, and I think that worked to your advantage.
Yeah, no, I know I can see where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you both coming on. Congratulations again for Saturday, a great achievement, and as I'm sure you celebrated as well as you could under whatever pain or shortage you had.
Right up until 9 o'clock, Seb.
9 a.m. Sunday.
That sounds like my night.
Yeah. Chrissy, enjoy having an off season for once, and also
Thank you.
and Nano, good luck over at Canberra. We'll be supporting you from afar.
We certainly will be.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
what you do there as
We'll
well.
see you at the awards night, Nano.
But yes, thank you to both of you coming on. Congratulations again, and yeah, well done on a great year.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having
Brilliant.
us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely
Thank
brilliant.
you.
Perfect. Very good, and yeah, great game. Competitive on the weekend. We'll go into it in a little bit more detail in a bit. But for now, we'll move on to the rest of the games from the weekend. The results starting in State League 2. Adelaide Uni having a 1-1 draw with Adelaide Atletico after full time and winning on penalties. Adelaide Atletico and Modbury Vista dispatching Western Strikers 6-0. So, of course, we will have that Modbury Vista versus Atletico final on Saturday. Who wants to sort of cover State League 2? And I even have highlights for Uni versus Atletico. Whoever wants to talk over those. So a special treat for State League 2 footage for once. Or no one can talk about
That's
that.
cool. I had a look at the penalties. Actually, I didn't get a chance to look at the rest of the game that you sent through. I did look through the penalties because that was the bit that interested me most, to be honest, because I love a good penalty shootout. So, but look, this for me is absolutely amazing in the fact that Adelaide Atletico, first year in, now playing for promotion to State League 1. Like, it's fantastic to see how far they've come along in such a short space of time. I mean, you got to remember they only just started as an amateur club only a few years ago. So they've come a long way up against a side that's been in the league, has been in State League 1 and back down again. To get the result in the end on penalties is just, it's a phenomenal season for them. Andrew Shaw's done a great job with pulling a side together in his first year there, and in obviously their first year as well. He's called on some players he's known for a long time. He did have at Seaford as well, and the likes of the goalkeeper and Andrew Tate, who's back from injury and obviously a big key player for them at the back. So it's just a phenomenal season for them. Adelaide Uni, a great season under Ben. They're going to have to rebuild under a new coach next year. I have heard rumours, but nothing's been confirmed, so I'm not going to say anything at this stage for Uni. But they will continue on their path. They've been on an upward trajectory the last couple of years, and they've been fantastic. So some good goals across. Like, both teams have scored some good goals. And like I said, the penalty shootout, it's always just down to nerve in the end. Who's got the nerve to take one? It's not easy. And obviously it's the goalkeepers are either going to be a hero or the player's going to be a hero. Like, it's never, a goalkeeper can't really be a villain in a penalty shootout. He's there. No one's expecting him to make the saves. And both keepers pulled off some good saves in the end. And now we just look forward to what should be an exciting game in the grand final, which, well, we call it a grand final, but for me, it's a promotion playoff now. It's straight out. Whoever wins goes up. And I love this fact. I love it the way they've done it in the fact, yes, it's been a little bit convoluted for final series to start with, but once I wrap my head around it, and now you look at it, and it's this weekend, it's the second biggest game this weekend. In the fact that you've got obviously the NPL grand final, the winner of the league, but the State League 1, it is obviously the winners up for grabs, but both teams are already promoted. Whereas this game on the weekend now for the promotion it's do or die. So some great penalties, a couple of great saves, and in the end, Adelaide Atletico held their nerve and got the win. So yeah, like I said, great season for Adelaide Atletico.
Yeah,
Keeper was unfortunate there, I have to admit. So
I'll let these penalty play, and I guess Alessio, I'll let you touch on Vista's big win against Western Strikers.
Yeah, so I saw some of the results of this one come out the same as we saw the Vista one, and from the updates I was hearing, I knew someone at the Strikers game as well, and 5 minutes in, Vista 3-0 up. It was, ridiculous show of the North form versus maybe the South. I think both teams, well, I knew that Vista finished top in the North, and I think Strikers maybe third in the South. But yeah, it was just one-way traffic, 4-0 up at halftime. Could only be going one way, it seemed. Strikers made all the changes they could to try and change the swing of things, but they just couldn't get it back on track. And yeah, for Vista, I know talking to some of their players, they're really excited to reverse the woes of their first promotion final. But yeah, I thought that's ridiculous scoreline to see in a semi-final as well. And yeah, it's hopefully raring to go for finally a performance to be proud of for Vista in a grand final. I know they've had some hoodoos in the past where, I don't know, it just seems like they can't play the style that they've been used to for the last, well, most of their seasons. Last year, most of their season, they finished with some great results. This year, so successful in the North, but in the grand final, they just couldn't just play how they usually do. I don't know why. So I'm hoping they can provide a big game in the grand final, and might have to look at some of the previous results with Atletico to see. I think it was quite close most of the times. I think maybe even Atletico got one over them. So yeah, it's very interesting to see, and I reckon it's going to play out for a great grand final in the end. And both teams, technically, you could say, have never been in the State League One. Depends how you think about Adelaide Atletico, AAVFC, or whatever they're called.
Don't get David started.
But in this entity, neither of the teams have been in the State League One second division before. So I'm excited to see who that's going to be. And again, for said, the North's on top at the moment.
I know, very much looking forward to it. Just to go back to those, in their 3 meetings in this season so far, it has been 2 draws, which were both at Vista, and the one game they did play at Atletico was a 3-0 win for Atletico. So Vista are yet to even beat Adelaide Atletico this season. And again, depends on whether or not we look back at Adelaide victory, David, which I'm sure is a discussion we'll have during commentary about where we count the history of Adelaide Atletico.
Yeah, I've got a bit of an opinion on mergers and amalgamations and so on, and clubs in Australia tend to just sort of pick their history and go, well, you know, we were connected with this club, so we'll take that history going all the way back to 1890 or whatever, whereas it's a bit different in the UK. Clubs tend to take the date of their formation from when the merge happened and not from when the parent clubs were in existence. The other thing I was just going to add was that the point you made there at the end that extraordinarily, I think, Modby Vista didn't beat Adelaide Atletico in the home and away league season, because we kind of thought about, you think about Vista, you think, oh, they were the team that were top all the way and no one could get near them, and to a large extent that is the case. But interestingly enough, Atletico did 2 draws and a win for Atletico. So Vista, you know, if there's a bogey team out there for Vista, then it's Atletico.
Makes Saturday all the more enticing. So yeah, very much looking forward to that one. We'll go on to State League 1. Sturt ended up beating Salisbury United 3-1, 4-1 on aggregate, and Fulham United at West Beach.
Oh, the host is frozen. No, that doesn't happen very often.
Did I stop talking?
Oh, he's back.
I was solid. Did you hear me?
No, you froze on our end.
I'll start again.
You got to the Fulham. No, you got to the Fulham game. You were Fulham and West Adelaide.
West Adelaide won 2-0, 3-1 aggregate, which then got them promoted. And Alessio, I'll start with you. You were at Sturt, of course, promoted by finishing first, but this was to secure a grand final spot.
Yeah, I was there. This is the first time I've been there this season, I think, since pre-season. It was interesting as well to note that their scoreboard is in a very annoying position. For the commentary, I don't know. When I was there in pre-season, it's always been in the corner to the right of this. We're like right in this corner where Majetic is. And yeah, I asked them, they got to change it for next year because you can't see the goal, like the actual goal on the left side, unless you move all the way to the end of the scaffold. So aside from that, it was a great game. I think both teams really came out the blocks firing, and there's actually quite a few mistakes from Sturt defensively in that first half, which were surprising to see. But I think the way that Sturt played in the whole essence of the game, as soon as they got back on the lead in the tie by 2 goals with that goal, the way they played it was so professional. I couldn't believe what I was seeing from a State League 1 team where they were making this team look like an amateur. Like Salisbury, all they needed to get was 1 goal back in the game. They couldn't even touch the ball for the second half. Like the way that Sturt was playing with their movements, the players coming in and out, they made the pitch look so big that the Sturt players, even if they put any striker on, a young guy to come and run after and chase them things, they just couldn't get near Sturt. Like the players were just doing doggies the whole time, and Sturt were just keeping the ball, and then by the end of it, they're top of your box and having a shot. It was great to see, and I think they're a real team. And like I said in the commentary, it's one of those teams where they get promoted. It doesn't matter if they have to rely on the people that got promoted with them in the previous year to keep them going well in the NPL, because the system's too good that it doesn't matter who's playing in it at this stage. They're going to do so well in the league above because they've been prepared for it. And I compared it to teams elsewhere in SA and elsewhere in Australia who proved in the Australia Cup that maybe their way of football is good enough for higher tiers, but for some reason it's not even good enough to get them out the league they're in. But I think for Sturt, they're really one to watch next season. And if they can pick up some of these players we're hearing about rumoured in the off season, they're going to just be a very successful club to see in the future.
Absolutely. Before being in the NPL, they do have that grand final against West Adelaide, David, who now are also promoted.
Yeah, absolutely. So trips in the NPL for us to Kilburn, a ground that I've certainly become familiar with this year. I think I've done about 4 or 5 trips there for both the men and the women. I think overall in this game, West Adelaide were probably the better of the 2 sides. Fulham just took a little while to settle. West Adelaide scored early on through Dion Kirk. There was a little bit of a technical issue, which I might expand on a bit later, which caused us, unfortunately, to miss the filming of that first goal. That's James Odenwalder there scoring the second goal a bit later on. But I would just go back to a moment that probably wasn't captured in film either because of the technical issue. Taiju Akimoto of Fulham hit the crossbar with a header. A fine header it was, except that it didn't go in, of course. But he took it really well. And you do wonder, I did wonder, had that gone in, would things have been different? It's funny how your whole season can come down to a moment. And that certainly was a moment. But overall, I felt West Adelaide were the better of the 2 sides. I felt best on ground, probably Alex Simopoulos. He sat in the 6th row just behind the midfield, and he just commanded that little area. He collected the ball and turned it back over really well. He was very economical with it. His passing was good. So he was a bit of a standout for me in that area. And then the usual suspects, Jackson O'Donnell, really led from the back. I was going to say led from the front, but he's the goalkeeper, so he wouldn't have been. He would have been well out of position if he was doing that. So he led well from the back. Fabrizio in midfield was strong. Dion Kirk, dependable again. Kato Odenwalder was very good as well. And they were just the better team, I think. They kept Lucas Economopoulos quiet. I haven't watched a lot of Fulham this year. In fact, this is the first game I've seen them live. I have seen a couple of games on the YouTubes, but this is the first time I'd seen them live, and for me, I felt they did a bit of a job. And Lucas Economopoulos, they seemed to keep him quiet, and the same with some of the others. Phil Sell was kept quiet too. I didn't think he was probably as prominent as I was expecting him to be. Like I say, it's hard to make a judgment on previous performances when all you've seen is games on YouTube. You can't see what's happening off the ball. So felt a bit for Fulham, but I'm sure they'll learn from it and bounce back. At the end of the day, they had a better season than they did last year. I think they finished 9th last year and therefore narrowly avoided relegation, if my memory serves me correctly. So certainly a turnaround from them. And they looked after me. Robbie was very good when I got there. He was saying, I'll get a table organised for you, I'll get this organised. You've got other things to worry about. Don't worry about me. So that was, the hospitality was very good. But yeah, unfortunately for them, I felt West Adelaide were probably the better team on the day, and 2-0 was a fair reflection of play. And it also kind of matches what you'd said last week in the first leg, Seb. I think your indication there was that West Adelaide were the stronger of the two in that first leg as well. So probably the better team won over the 2 legs, and they're back in the NPL after a 2-year absence.
Yes, will be fun to go to Kilburn more often, being in the NPL, and even being double headers, I imagine, would happen with the WNPL. Mark?
Yeah,
I was just going to say that I think now that we're getting to this, the very pointy end, that Salisbury and Fulham have had absolute cracking years. I mean, they've gotten beaten by the better sides in the semis, but when you look at where both clubs were previously, obviously Fulham have been fighting relegation the last couple of years. Salisbury, State League 2 coming up, and have now made finals. I think that's 2 years in a row. I think they made finals last year.
It's impressive for them, but also unfortunate. 2 years in a row, and they've had to face Burkalla last year, and so this year in finals. It's been unfortunate.
Yeah, but it's been unfortunate, but it just shows you the standard is improving, the levels are improving there, and those teams are now going, yep, we can make a stand. They get the right people involved, and behind the scenes, they get the right players on the park, and they get coaches that are really a driving force, and both clubs are building some great base building blocks for both of them to now look at being the top 2 sides next year. Obviously teams will come down, but there's no reason why they can't be looking at themselves going, we should be now top 2. Both those teams effectively be looking at top 2 for next year now.
Yeah,
so they've been great jobs by both clubs and both coaching staffs.
Already very much looking forward to seeing how next year unfolds. Of course, this weekend, of which one of the games will be the NPL Grand Final. One of those grand finalists, Croydon, beat Adelaide City on penalties. None of us were able to watch the game, but Mark, before our game, we did see the penalties, which we can talk about. Well, you can talk about. I'll let you talk about both games, actually.
I actually managed to catch some of the first half of the game as well before I started my trek down to Metro. And to be honest, the only issue I found with this game, and it was in both legs, was that both teams were that good. They nullified each other, and it did allow them to. It allowed for a relatively open game at times. In the first leg, obviously, Croydon were quite happy to be able to pounce and transition very quickly. Adelaide City at times were very deliberate in their build-up play. This game, from the first half that I did see, was very similar. It was very similar to the first leg. Couldn't get a winner, obviously, in extra time or in the 90, and it did come down to the penalties. And I feel for John Hall here because he went the right way. Oh, not this one, but there was one penalty. He went the right way, got a hand on it, pushed it onto the post. It then came back off the post and hit him and then went in. And so I really feel for John Hall because he did everything right. And but some good penalties.
Yeah,
so not so good, that one there, yeah. So he's done everything right. He got a hand to it and just unfortunate. And I said to you, Seb, I think Croydon will win it just based off the luck on that one. And Margush picking the right way, making saves. And in the end, it was, I have to admit, probably heartbreaking in the fact that the player that didn't score the last penalty, because I believe Margush saved it, was a former Croydon player. Actually, it was Paddy Karachia that was saved by Margush that ended the penalty shootout. So, but very enthralling game over the 2 legs. Like I said, very even, and neither side could pick each other apart. So, and that's to be expected when you've got the top 2 and 3 playing off against each other. They're there for a reason. Both have had fantastic seasons. And they go and Croydon move on, and Adelaide City start their process for next year. So, very excited to see what both of them do for next year. And obviously, Croydon have got the final to worry about first.
Absolutely. The other team in the final, Metro Stars, which was our game, Mark.
Yes.
More goals in that.
Our first game together since the grand final from last year.
First time I've seen you since we recorded the preseason previews too. So it was good to actually see you in person for once.
It was actually.
Hashtag cute.
I know, yeah, exactly. But delivered a good enough game.
Yeah, it was a good game to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very open, very end to end. It was at times it was like watching a basketball game. It was just non-stop, end to end. Both teams were going for it, and neither team held back, which was great to see. Adelaide United probably could feel a little bit hard done by, and the fact that they did lose players due to Joey's. They lost a player in the warm-up, so that didn't help their cause, but they still they didn't let that affect them at all. Ostrike had to make probably 3 or 4 saves. One of them was obviously a fantastic save that we just saw there. We thought Metro should have taken the lead and into the first half. They had the better chances. They had more chances. And then Adelaide United came up and took a surprise 1-0 lead. I think it's probably the only one of only 2, maybe if you're lucky, mistakes I've seen Ostrike make all year. And they punished him for it. But the thing was, and I spoke to him after the game. I said to him he had a good game, and he goes, and I said, mate, you had one moment. That's it. But straight after that, he was back on it. Like it was nothing to him, which is what you want from a goalkeeper. This was the equaliser. Hamish Gow just hitting through a crowd of players, and the keeper not going to have much of a chance there. And the fact that it's through a ton of players, late vision, so a bit unlucky there for him. But Metro certainly deserved the equaliser, and then eventually they got on top and took the win out, and now play obviously in the grand final, which I think they deserve to be out. They've been the best team all year in the home and away season by far. They won it by, I lost count how many points in the end that they won the league by. So I think it was double figures in the end. So, you know what I mean? So they've certainly deserved to be there. And they showed it in this performance as well. It was all rather steady until this man came on, Jake Porter. I did it in the podcast as well. It's because I'm so used to, it's the Porter name. But Jake Porter came on for Visser, who went off, I think, with a slight injury. But he really just added something a little bit different for Metro, and it allowed them to get that. He had that good shot there, and he obviously set up the second goal, which sort of killed the tie in the end. But overall, Metro deserved to go through, and it was like I said, really good game to watch.
Yeah, I was just say the other thing to mention is that Metro did have a goal ruled out, which at the time we were a bit confused by. But for those that saw, I don't actually have the clip, unfortunately. But for those that did see it, I think the clarification we got, basically the goal was Jackson Walls was not on the pitch. Then he came back on the pitch, and then he touched it. Was he the goal scorer? I can't remember
exactly.
Was
the goal scorer, and he was flagged offside. So I always thought that it was that if you were off the park on the last touch and then came back into an offside position because you weren't on the park, it was okay. But we got clarification that the rule had changed, and that it was even though that he was in an offside, he was off the park, he was still offside when the last touch came before he got his head to it and nodded it in. So it got disqualified or disallowed for that reason. So.
Yeah, but still, they made it through, and it's them versus Croydon on Friday night. So very much looking forward to that one. And then finally, the other game of the weekend, the big game of the weekend, the WNPL Grand Final, Adelaide Comets getting the win in the end. We spoke about it, so I won't go too much into it. But as we said, Chrissy Panagaris scoring what was the winner in the end for Adelaide Comets, and what was a pretty physical game, even a second yellow card and obviously a red card for Joe Trimboli very late on in the game. But like I said, it was probably one of the most physical games, full stop, that I've seen in quite a while. A very good crowds built there as well. As I said, the reserves played against NTC. Unfortunately for them, they didn't get the win against NTC, but Comets certainly brought out a big crowd. And again, it's a huge achievement for Adelaide Comets. First ever grand final. They've won it. They've been around about there for the past few years. And then Campbelltown again, the fairy tale, unfortunately not getting its ending as they would have wanted. But still just an incredible season, I guess. David, as someone who has, like me, covered quite a few WNPL games, your general thoughts on the season as the final last of these highlights play out.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, I suppose that the three teams that kind of stood out for me was the West Adelaide story, the Adelaide City story, and the Campbelltown City story. Comets for me just flew under the radar, but as I mentioned before, I don't think that was a bad thing. I think they just sort of went about their business in an effective manner, and flying under the radar probably worked in their favour in the end. People were taken with other stories around the place. Campbelltown City's story was really quite remarkable. Came up from WSL last year, had a really slow start, got their first win in round 8 against Adelaide City, and then they did a bit of investment, of course, in some of their players, brought some new players in, and once they scraped into that finals, it was and you're in that finals environment, there's always the chance that you can go a long way. I certainly, even when they were still bottom, thought they had the capability of making finals, but I didn't think they'd make the grand final. That was beyond, I was going to say my wildest dreams, but it wasn't my dream at all, was it? But that was beyond something I was expecting. How about put it that way? They were a joy to watch. I think they changed as the year progressed, though. They started out as this group of players who looked just really appreciative and happy to be there, and then by the end of it, as you mentioned in the final, they had morphed into this aggressive fighting unit, if you like. And I mean that in a positive way. They were a changed team from when I saw them in round 1, because I called their game in round 1 against Metro United, and that game against Adelaide City, where things turned around, and just the change in the team from those early games to the end, it was quite remarkable. And who would have thought they would get to the final? I mean, nobody probably. I can't remember if any of us picked them to make finals right at the very start of the year. But let's.
The one that Mark did.
That was the only one I think I got right.
But I just wanted to conclude all that by we talked a lot about West Adelaide, talked a lot about Campbelltown, but all credit to Comets. They've that's their first title, and Joel Porter obviously has finally worked out how to win a title, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, Joel. But all credit to them. As I say, they just sort of flew under the radar. I mean, we spent weeks talking about teams all around them, and they just weren't the talking point. I think for a lot of us, we were talking a lot about those teams that were just trying to get into the top 5. Talking a lot about West Adelaide, talking a lot about Inter, and then the Adelaide City story as well. And who was going to avoid the drop at the bottom, Uni, Flinders, and all that. And I just sort of feel we sort of didn't. Comets were just off our radar a bit, I think, and they've just come good at the right time. So I doff my bonnet to them, and well done to them. They are the champs.
Absolutely, and yeah, all well deserved in the end, and a good watch and a good environment it was on that Saturday. All right, on to our predictions for the weekend. 3 games, all 3 grand finals, one of them for direct promotion, which is the one that we will start off with. Mowbray Vista.
Do we need to go to Alessio first to see how he went last week?
I don't think I did.
I think I didn't get any.
Yeah, I don't think I got any either, to be fair. So
we'll go through them. I mean, yeah, you did. Seb did get the worst again this week. He got picked up 4 points, but he did pick up a 3-pointer, which was for the Metro one, because he did get the correct score, but not the correct duration. Of the game. So he picked 2-1 Metro, but not in extra time, which would have been the 4-pointer. But David also got that correct. He got the 2-1, but he said it was going to be in extra time as well. So they both got 3 points for that. Otherwise, Mark picked up 4 correct winners. I picked up a perfect score at Stir, and then a correct duration for the Comets one. I mean, not the Comets, the Croydon one to go to penalties and Croydon to win on penalties. That was a 2-pointer for me. So yeah, that makes the scores. David picked up 7 points. Mark picked up 4. Seb picked up 4, and I picked up 9. So Seb stays at the top just enough with 440. I'm now in second with 435. David is in third with 433, and Mark's at the bottom with 431.
Oh dear!
So what's the highest? If you can do the maths, what's the highest we could possibly finish this week for all of us? How far can I drop? I'm asking too.
You can't.
It's hard. It's hard to. No, it's possible because if he can get, all the perfect scores, 9 points. But if you can get any of them that go in the correct duration, then you could get more, 10, 11s, 12s maybe. But yeah, something like that. I think each of us, the max we can get is probably 12.
Okay. Well, let's figure out those predictions. State League 2 Grand Final, Mowbray Vista versus Adelaide Atletico, the first game of the Saturday. What are we thinking? Who will be promoted to State League 1 is the question here.
I'm going Mowbray Vista. I'm going Mowbray Vista on penalties and 2-2 at the end of extra time.
I'll go Adelaide Atletico on penalties and 1-1 after extra time.
I'll go Mowbray Vista in extra time, 3-2.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go Adelaide Atletico 1-1 at the end of extra time, but to win on penalties. I think it will go the distance, judging off previous games between these two. On to State League 1, Sturt versus West Adelaide. This one for only the trophy, basically. But still, both sides will be promoted, wanting that extra trophy. How do we think this will go?
I'll go. It's a bit of a dead rubber. I mean, I know they're playing for a trophy, but it's the pressure's off, isn't it? So I'll actually go for West Adelaide in this one. I'll go for West Adelaide 2-1 in 90. Bit of an upset.
I'll go for Sturt 3-1 in 90.
Mark?
13 all draw.
You say 13?
Yeah. Look, against for me, best team, have been the best team in the league. I'm going to go with Sturt 2-1. And Gonza to score the winner.
I'm going to go...
And that's in 90, by the way.
I'm going to go Sturt 2-1 as well. Well, these were all in 90, weren't they? Nobody said penalties.
Correct.
Okay. Finally, the NPL Grand Final on the Friday night, 7:30. Metro Stars versus Croydon. Metro Stars, heavy favourites. I think heavy favourites is a sensible thing to say, I think, in all honesty, considering last time they played, it was a 4-0 win the way of Metro. All goals coming in the second half, though. But how do we think the Grand Final, first for Croydon in quite a while, and Metro wanting to not do what they did last year?
I'll go for Metro Stars in this. I think they'll win this one 3-1 in 90 minutes.
I do love a good fairy tale story. I would love to see Croydon just being the underdogs win. But I'm going to go the smart bet. I'm going Metro. And I'm going to go with 3-1 as well. In 90.
Yeah, Metro 2-1 in 90.
Okay, I'm going to go also Metro 2-1 in 90, I think. So we're all Metro, so apologies to any Croydon people.
Yeah. I thought one of us might have gone for Croydon, so apologies for that.
I actually spoke and I said I'd love to see them win. I hope they do because they've had a great season. But I also think like Metro, they've just been outstanding. They're just, they've been the best team in the league. You know what I mean? So it's hard to go against them in a final. But like I said, I'd love to see Croydon win. But smart money's on Metro.
Very good. All predictions done. Where is everybody as well? I'll let everybody say where they are across the weekend.
I was going to say, because I'm at home at the moment. If
for the games.
I'm on the Friday night, so I'll be doing something. I know I'm co-com on the Friday night in the NPL final.
Alessio? Oh, sorry.
I'll be lead commentary on the Friday for the NPL Grand Final. and then I'll be on the boundary for the State League 1 game on Saturday night.
And David?
And I will be on the boundary on Friday night. It's a position that makes me somewhat anxious, but that's where I'll be on Friday night for the NPL final. And on Saturday, what am I? I'm the co-commentator at the State League 2 final with
Me. I'm on the State League 2 grand final with David, and I think Christian is on boundary. So big fun one for promotion. Looking forward. Early in the day
one game at a time on the Friday night. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
how many times do you reckon I could drop it into that broadcast and get away with it?
Oh, you have to all do it at least once, surely.
Oh, mate.
Each one of you.
Oh, but
at least once.
what else are they thinking about one game at a time when you're in the grand final, though? You're thinking about this game and that's it. The last game at a time.
Oh, mate, I mention our podcast in every broadcast I do. I did it on Saturday night as well, didn't I said.
Yeah, you did. I was caught pretty off guard by it. I think that's your challenge on Friday is for each of you at least once to say the name.
Oh, I've got that. That's
Okay.
it. I do it every week. I make sure people know.
bit harder for
And
me.
did
I won't have that many lines.
Mate, you'll be all right. Trust me. Did you see the? Did I send you the text from Metro's press conference? So Metro did a press conference actually during the week with Danny, and they had a chat with him. And even he mentioned it in his. It was about one game at a time. I was like, there it is. Good work, Danny. I love that.
Picked a good title. Picked a very good title. But no, very much looking forward to the weekend. And I hear something. Do you guys hear that either? Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I think it's time for
The Cold Blackers!
what?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, nobody expected this out of nowhere.
Hello.
Silly, how are you?
Good. How are we going?
I like your hair.
Thanks. I've just come to the hairdresser. I did not curl my hair for this. I'm sorry.
Well, I thought you
But tomorrow.
for us.
So you can't complain.
Dark. Thank you, though. Thank you.
What are you doing here? Yeah.
I just couldn't keep away.
Nothing wrong with
Sort
that.
of,
See, we do that. We drag people in a good way, and then they don't want to leave.
That's exactly what's happening. No, I thought I would give you guys just a bit of a quiz about just 5 questions about the football in SA to see who knows the most. Oh, they're nervous.
Rush.
Well, Seb seems to have the tips down, so I reckon it's him.
So it doesn't equate to
I
knowledge.
gave him 0 information.
No, all I was, you know what? The funny thing was, so the way this happened, she sent me a message saying, can I come on? And I was like, why? She was just like, she wouldn't say why she wanted to come on.
All right. I've got a question for you, Seb, just before we go any further.
Yes.
Tills has asked you to come on and you said why. Shouldn't your first answer be yes? Regardless. Regardless. It should just be yes.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
Yeah,
It is.
thank
It should
you.
just be yes.
Okay.
No questions asked.
Well, now she has the intro, so now she can do a quiz and yeah, there's no problem now.
Okay.
So do go
Actually-
forth with your quiz as you wish. You're in control now.
Well, I actually have Olivia Bramley staying with me at the moment, and I've asked her for a cup of tea, so I'm waiting for her to come through this door any moment. Olivia, she's actually watching in the living room too, down the other end. She's laughing. Just wait. She's going to be so awkward. She said, absolutely not. Okay. That's fine. Let's ignore her. The one thing I'm not sure about how this will work is if it's just a beep and call out, or you all have a chance to answer. Like you have to write it down and then show me after, so you can't change.
You're the quiz master. You can. It's up to you.
What do we think?
It's completely up to you. You're the quiz master.
Do you all have pen and paper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
I have a phone.
Maybe I will ask the question and give you like 10 seconds or maybe to write down, and then I'll ask one at a time and you have to show me.
Okay.
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 I missed that. I was looking at Olivia Bramley. She was at Portsmouth and she signed on Portsmouth's website. It said she signed and most recently played for West Adelaide United.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
Like an A-League crossover? It should be that way. Just saying.
No. The 26-year-old moved to Australia and most recently played for West Adelaide United. There you go.
Wow. I'm sure she'll be buzzing to hear that. No, she was at Durham,
Yeah.
and then went to Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And now she's back here visiting me.
At West Adelaide United.
Exactly. Might need to change her name.
All right. I have my display ready.
Display.
As in, like, to write down. I don't have a pen and paper. I'm just using my phone.
Oh, okay. A bit dodgy. Dodgy from the get-go, Seb.
Thank you.
All right. Question
So this
one.
is a quiz. So this is a quiz on South Australia.
Let it stop.
Yes, David.
Quiz on South Australian football, and we write our answers down, and then we show them to you on our page. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll ask you what your answers was, and then to avoid just changing your answer, you've got it written.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay.
I've got a feeling I'm shagged at this, but never mind. We'll have a go.
It's okay. It's just about participation
Yeah.
and just me being here. Anyway, first question. Who won the Shirley Brown Medal in 2018?
I was looking back at records.
2018.
I'll give you 20 seconds, obviously, by the look of that, Seb.
And you know I was looking back at records. When I sent you the photo yesterday.
You've got to 1 hour 28.
Oh.
Jeez.
7. Oh, is that
Good.
too? Am I too?
Good quiz is a quick quiz.
We've got something?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'll give the answers after, obviously. Or should I do it now?
Yeah, do it
Sorry, this is so bad. I'm so indecisive.
No, do it now, because I have to delete it so I can make a new one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
because we're all writing down, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. Alessio, who'd you have?
Alex Chidiac.
Mark, who'd you have? Tilly. Did she win one? Did she? Interesting. David.
I've slept since 2018.
Nicole Tilly. Seb. Do you guys think I would make a question about myself?
Yes.
You're all incorrect.
Yes.
I won it the year before that.
That's what I thought.
Thought so. Yeah, see,
That's what I
all you
thought.
guys just
We won it
don't
8
really know
years
Tilly
ago.
like I know Tilly, do you?
I don't think Chids has ever won one though.
No, but she won the State League one, I think,
Oh,
in 2017. I can tell you
the
that.
correct answer was Charlotte Grant.
Ah.
Oh, that makes sense. Thailand makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Killed at Fenty C. Anyway, hot start, guys. Well done.
Yeah, we're on fire.
At least it's even. It's
Yeah.
close. Question 2. Which team finished 8th in the State League 1 men's?
8th in State League 1.
You have to 1 hour 30.
I have 1 hour to write my answer.
How many teams are in State League 1? Is it 10?
Well,
12. Who finished 8th?
I'm ready.
I think I know it.
I'm ready. I've got this one.
I think I've
No,
got this
I'm not sure I'm right. I've just got an answer.
I've written an answer.
I'm between two.
We
You
just
can
need
look at
one.
one.
I've written one, but the other one, I think it's either this one or the other one.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Who do you want to go first?
Liv sent me a photo of my cup of tea. Okay, let's go Mark first, because he seems confident. Cobras. Okay. Seb.
Olympic.
Olympic. David. Combi. And Alessio.
Cove.
Cove.
Oh, that's a good
Five
one.
different answers. Wow. It was Olympic. Well done, Seb.
Hey, well done, Seb.
Was Blue Eagles 7th?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just picked one. Then that'll do.
I was between Olympic and Blue Eagles. That was my.
Oh, okay. I think yeah. Number 3. What number does Jackson O'Donnell from West Adelaide wear?
Oh,
No,
it's a
it's not. I actually think I know
high
this
one.
one.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh, you can't change your mind now, Seb.
No, I have
Risky.
changed it. I've changed it. Okay. Already?
We'll
Yep.
win. Locked in, Eddie. Cool. Seb, what did you have?
I originally wrote 41, but I put down 65 in the end.
65. David.
I'm quite familiar with Mr. O'Donnell because I've been to quite a lot of his games.
Oh,
45. Alessio.
45.
oh.
Mark. Seb,
I was
you
in
idiot.
between- I was in between. I was in between both. Though. I had 41 and 65, and it was 45. So
And
I was
both were
there.
wrong.
Yeah, but like I had to pick me.
This
That's like
makes
saying-
it interesting because you're all on
like
one
saying-
leading into question 4.
Four.
What was that, David? Sorry.
Oh, Seb, it's like saying I had a number that was under 100, so do I get a half
Yeah.
point?
I wasn't asking for half a point. I was just saying my mind was on the right track. I had the right
That was
numbers.
the
in my
angle. That was his angle. I had a number that was under 100, so do I not get a half point for that?
head. Oh.
Okay. 1, 1, 1, 1. It is all square here at what should the stadium be called? Promotions, Pyramids and Playmakers, episode 31.
One
Stadium.
game at Pine Park.
There we go. That would have probably been better. Question 4. In the NPL, which team had a goal difference of +9? I'll give you 30 seconds for this one.
I can't even think of the table. My mind's blanking on teams. I can't even think of a team.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
It's Alessio and his dogs.
that's Alessio's trick to put you all off.
Yeah.
He's setting off the dog. I see you.
Okay, I've got one.
Can you beat that out, Seb? That little sweary word of mine, that was...
I didn't hear you swear, to be honest.
Oh, okay, good.
I've got my answer.
This is Alessio's area, man. The stats man.
Can he go
Quietly
first?
confident, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
even muted himself.
He's muted himself so he doesn't, so he's that confident.
No, I'm not. I knew the ones I've been researching, but I just don't know what the finals has made their goal difference to. But
Is it just league, Tills?
Yes, like
Yeah, just league.
yeah.
So not including finals.
No.
I'm ready.
Are we all ready?
Mhm.
David looks.
I've written one down, scored it out, put another one, so I'm ready now.
Hope it's not the one you crossed out. Take it away, David.
Adelaide City, I've put down.
Okay. Let me just check who it is before I forget myself. Mark.
Funny enough, I went Adelaide City and then crossed it out and went with Croydon. See, there's my cross out too. So
Yeah.
Very honest. Thank you for your honesty. Alessio.
Croydon as well.
Seb.
Playford.
Ooh.
that's a good shout.
That's a good one.
It was Croydon. Mark and Alessio take the lead.
I'm
And
not
now
enjoying this
on
very much.
to- David would prefer to be in control.
He would,
The
Yes.
quiz master. Me too.
Yes.
I would be shocking at this too. Don't worry. Not that you're shocking. Sorry.
I'm only 1 point less shocking than everybody else, aren't I?
You're equally as shocking as Seb is. Anyway. Last
Is this
one.
the last question? Oh,
Yes.
Have you got,
Wait,
have you got a
should have done more.
tiebreaker? Have you got a tiebreaker?
Could make one up. Yes, maybe.
Which Australian team did Olivia Bramley play for? West Adelaide United.
Maybe.
Oh.
Who wears the number 55 for the Adelaide Comets in the WNPL?
Oh,
I know what position she plays. I can't remember.
I was
her
to say,
name.
I know position. I don't know the name.
I can never remember high numbers.
Is
Does
that
it
'cause
have
you
to be-
can't count past 10, Seb? Or
Does it have to be the whole name, or can you just be the last name? Because we call them by the last name as commentators here. But
I mean, I'd take just the last, but if someone has two, they're gonna snatch the point.
I genuinely don't know. I can't think.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And you've been at Ellis Park every other week too.
Pretty much. But that doesn't mean they were a regular. Maybe they were on the bench.
I can visualize the number 55 on the back of a shirt.
I was gonna say, so can we
I
all,
know.
mate.
Well done.
It's 55 why 55 on a black background, mate? Jeez.
No,
I don't even remember who was wearing it.
I can see it on the back of a Comet shirt.
I don't
Like,
know
I
the
feel
name,
like
but I'm guessing the name. I know they play. I know position, but I don't know that. I
Nearly had it.
I swear she plays centre back. The only women's game I did this year was Comets one, but
Oh, yeah,
it's
of
between
course.
these two. I just can't remember.
Oh,
She's definitely young and like came from NTC or something. But
I'm having a guess. I've got a guess. Wow. Tight.
Do we all have someone?
Yep.
have no idea how to spell it.
Not confident.
Oh no,
Oh.
I know
Okay.
position. That's it.
Let's go, Alessio.
well, first I thought her name was Kylie Pridham. I don't know if that's a player or not, but I had Weston. Where is that?
Mhm.
Weston?
Beautiful, beautiful. Seb.
That's one I went with.
I also had Sienna Weston.
Sienna. First name.
I went Sorullis, and I know it's not, but she plays centre back. So
I think she's number 4.
plays right-sided centre
It's
back. The
number
one,
two.
but I couldn't tell
Sorry.
you what her name was.
I mean, it could be Helena.
No, it's
David.
not. It's not. That's how I can think of.
I've got a referee's dilemma for you, Nicole, because I initially went for Abby Middleton because she has a very high number, I know, and then I changed my mind as the boys were all reading out their answers, and I went for Sienna. So I don't know what a
Hands
referee
up,
does
please.
there.
Hands up. Abby Middleton wears
Well-
51, Sienna wears 2, and Sienna Weston wears 55. So, where does that leave us?
Alessio, you got it right, didn't you?
One?
Yeah.
Seb
Alessio,
wins on
3.
Maybe
Alessio
got-
wins on 3.
Yeah. Seb, if Seb had the actual full name, not just S. Weston, he could have come close there. But...
You didn't even have an S.
No, I know, but I'm saying you only had an S. That doesn't count as
But I
a second
said-
point.
Yeah,
said-
if you had written.
But I said when I hold it up, I literally went
You
Sienna
did.
Weston. I did,
Yep.
so I knew it.
What are you
It's-
writing on, by the way? What is that?
It's my phone. It's
his
the
phone.
note. It's the
Yeah,
notes
but-
app. It's just
Oh.
notes.
I didn't know
Do you
you
know
could do
what
that.
handwriting? Yeah, you can.
Oh.
So I said her name, and I even wrote the S to clarify. And Alessio just said Weston. So so
But-
you can do whatever you want as the
For our
adjudicator.
viewers who may not be able to hear Seb, they've just seen S. Weston. So
I said Sienna. I said Sienna.
So, what's
Verbally.
that? 1 for David.
Yep. So
Yep.
David was the worst.
And then Mark.
I got
One?
two.
Two. And then Seb was 3. No, Seb
Alessia
and
was
Mark
3.
were 2, and Alessia
Yeah,
was
Don't
3.
I have
Alessia was
2?
3.
Don't I have 2?
No.
What did you get?
He
Jack
got one
McDonald's
before
number.
and this one, yeah.
I've got
You
Jackson
just got-
McDonald's number.
That was it.
Do I not get a point for Sienna Western?
Not after the fact.
But it wasn't after the fact. It wasn't after you gave us the answer. It was after everyone else had given that name, and I went. And I've been honest. I've been honest too. I could have just done that, but I didn't.
All right,
I
you
did
get
that.
half a point. 1.5. Still last.
So do I get
Should've
half a
been
point for saying for saying Sienna
No,
Western?
you get the full point for that. But you
So you
still
can have
didn't
1.5
win.
if you want, Seb. Still not
I learned-
in front of me.
Yeah, I was
learned
gonna say, you still don't win.
So well done,
I learned
Alessio.
Hey.
How good.
Um,
Did he say Kylie Pridham?
He did
I crossed
initially.
her out before. I said that was one I was choosing between.
Oh, so you had one change your mind, just like I did, but you got a point and I
Not
didn't.
not
Okay.
after anybody else. That was the first
Yeah.
one.
Where's the mute button, Seb?
Well, thank you for that, Tills. Very much appreciated.
it's okay. Did you know there was actually a proper reason I wanted to jump on,
Uh-oh.
and I had to come up with a quiz so that you would stop asking me questions.
I'm worried.
You should be worried. No,
Yeah. No.
I have some exciting news, I guess, for you guys. We have come together as a WNPL club, and to acknowledge all the hard work that you guys do each week for the local game and the league, we have raised $350.
Oh,
Sorry.
We got asked around all the captains and asked if they wanted to donate any money, and we've come together and donated $350 to you guys. I have an envelope when I see you guys next.
Oh. Okay.
That is just incredible.
yeah.
Oh.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
incredible. Thank you so much.
That's okay. So if you can buy some new equipment or something, I don't know what
Maybe
you want to
we,
do.
maybe
but-
we can work on getting some better internet.
Yeah.
Microphones.
Oh.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
we might,
Yeah.
That is
you might even,
incredible.
yeah.
I think you've actually
guys
stunned us all.
speechless.
and got-
Yeah.
yeah, you've made us speechless. You've stunned us all.
That's okay.
So just to repeat,
Incredible.
Cole,
It's
just to repeat,
not for a show that should be about talking.
Yeah.
just to repeat then, Nicole. So just to give us a recap, what happened? You got together with who and what happened?
Well, to be honest, it all started when I saw the donate thing that you have. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's a cool idea. Seb, I was asking you about that the other day, trying to
Well,
suss it.
You were.
Now he's like, it makes so much sense. And yeah, I just thought I'm going to message all the captains and see if they can, just put it out there and,
Well,
come up with some
cool.
money. It's
Wow.
most of the NPL clubs, WNPL clubs, plus West Adelaide men. But yeah, they all
Okay,
wow.
well,
came on board and thought I'd
we really
Share.
appreciate that. I think we're all
Yeah.
a bit stunned. We really appreciate it, and it'll be reinvested in what we do in some kind of way, whether it's equipment or hiring a studio or getting our hair done. No, I'm only kidding. No, we
Jeez, that's a
we-
lot of work, mate.
yeah, go for this. Might be
No,
more
we-
than
we do-
350, but
To market a flight to Turkey.
Yeah,
About 15
Yeah,
grand.
no.
Really looked into it.
it's a start.
Oh.
No, we really appreciate it, and we will invest it back into what we do, and
Yeah.
and hopefully be a bit better again next year. So, on behalf of all of us, we really appreciate that, and thank you. I think it has stunned us all, so thank you.
Yeah.
No problem. Nah, you guys are awesome. I know a lot of people appreciate it, and you got big following now. Cracked the 1,000. You've overtaken Kick Like a Girl. I'm a bit salty about that, to be honest. But I'll let it slide. You
Oh.
post a lot more than me, tell you that.
Oh.
Who's got time for
Well,
that?
Seb's got the time to do it, so
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it.
That is true.
Yeah. Thank you, David, for
So,
talking.
surprise, Seb,
Yeah.
no, you had no idea.
Yeah, that one I had no idea about.
Yeah.
That's why
Finally,
you're like,
someone's
why?
got
And
him
I'm
back.
like, I just
I
want
hate-
to come on and say something.
I hate secrets. That's the thing. I cannot stand. If someone tells me they have a secret but they can't tell me, I hate it. So that's why.
What did you think? Where did you think I was going with it?
I had no clue. Oh, okay. Well, we can end it there and talk more off air. But thank you for coming on. We appreciate that.
Yes, thank you too.
I'm definitely very left. Exactly. We'll end it there. We'll see you around the place on the weekend at all the grand finals. Really looking forward to it. All around the place. Again, thank you for the support all across the place. I can't talk. I'm going to end it. Thank you to everyone. We'll see you around the grounds and see you next week as well for our last two episodes.
Make sure you get out to the game, say hello to us. And yes, Jules, thank you so much.
Yeah. You're so welcome.
Thanks again. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Alex Mullen to make it 3-1 in the grand final. Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
No one attacks it. Comes back up to Panagaris. It's the goal. It's tied. Oh! And their talisman's got another one. They should be back quick. Jake King. Oh, what a shot! My goodness me. Oh, teach that sort of stuff. Sends it in. Keeps it low. And it's gone in. It's gone in. Adelaide Uni have scored. In time added. Tries to get under control, and the shot from Tolland! Salisbury into a 2-0 up! Still Butler with another chance, it's 2-1 to Playford! Persistence has paid off for Playford!
Long touch the keeper, puts it into the bottom corner. Beach gives him a shoulder after that as well. He's lost his clean sheet, and he's lost his head with a red card! David, this is massive!
The girls sing and the geezers too, yeah, we're doing this thing.